Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our post-game men's volleyball press conference. We will start the press conference with an opening statement from head coach Alan Knipe, and we'll open it up to questions from the media for coach, as well as Aiden Knipe and Sotiris Yapanis.
Yeah, coming off last weekend and flying back and dealing with everything we dealt with coming back to that match, I think the guys did a great job preparing this week. When I say that, I don't mean just our team, sets as far as offense and defense, but individually, recovering well, taking care of themselves, getting ready for this Friday night match with the right mentality, really starting to see some really good maturity and growth by a lot of guys in a lot of areas. So, I'm not going to get too into the numbers. Tonight, there was a lot of good things that happened in every area of the game. Definitely our serving was really, really good, which created a lot of opportunities to dig the ball and block the ball. I thought our offense was really, really good, and I think that at times the only thing that brought us down maybe a little bit was how we took care of some transition and out of system plays and maybe didn't get the swing we wanted to. But overall, I was really, really happy with how we handled the week and how we handled the first game of the series, and now we can prep a little bit and get ready for tomorrow night up in LA.
Coach, how great was it to be back in the Pyramid with a big crowd and all the alumni back?
Yeah, I was telling the guys just after the match, because we didn't like normal, we didn't talk a lot about it before, is that I'm so proud of our following. Long Beach Nation is just the best, and our legends are incredible, and the guys that were here. I mean, there's NCAA champions and Olympic gold medalists and AVP champions and all sorts of guys in that crowd. But the best part about our alumni base is they're not here hoping everybody recognizes them. They're truly here to support the guys that are wearing the uniform right now. So it's incredible to see all those guys here.
For any one of you, honestly, since we just talked about alumni night and the alums coming over, is there any memory that you have, any good story that any one of you has to share of them in terms of just coming over, talking, or inspiring, or coaching, or anything?
Yeah, I'll take it. Last year over the summer, Josh Tuniga came back and helped us at the camp, and I was able to pick his brain after playing a really good overseas season in Poland, and it's really helped me a lot with my mentality and some mechanical things.
Awesome.
So I guess for you, what's this atmosphere like for you? You seem like someone who plays, really enjoys interacting with the crowd, So how fun is the energy for you? What's it like getting to play in the Pyramid?
Like prior to this game, I was asking, because usually Mason knows about that stuff. I was asking, we're gonna get crowd tonight, because it's something that I've never experienced before. But I always watching. I remember when I was first getting I found out about the NCAA volleyball. It was the first game that I watched. I think it was Long Beach versus UCLA, and I remember being a young teenager, seeing all that stuff, and I never imagined myself that I'd be playing here. It's amazing, and I'm very grateful for what I don't take this for granted. I just enjoy the most out of it every game.
It's obvious watching you that you're enjoying it, I think that's fun for everybody too. Aiden, just to elaborate a little bit more on alumni night, I imagine growing up in your house and here, you probably saw all those guys quite a bit. Is it a little surreal for you too, I guess, to be out there as the setter for the team and seeing all those guys that you sort of grew up around, or you heard stories your dad telling people about, and all that stuff?
Yeah, going from playing basketball with my little brother under the bleachers in matches to being able to play it's nice to be able to come full circle, and it's good to see all the alumni and all the setters that have come before me and the guys who've won national championships and kind of set the guidelines for the culture for us. And yeah, it's good to have all the support that we do.
Coach, for your team, the team across the net was a little banged up. Couldn't start one of their better hitters. This team seemed to be pretty fresh, even though they just came from a really physical 2 Hawaii matches and all that plane travel as well. I know I asked you earlier in the week how they would feel coming in. How did you think they performed tonight?
Yeah, I think I alluded to that a little bit earlier. Yeah, all those things are true, and they're all part of the deal. We have that trip to Hawaii every other year, and so I would like to think that you've learned some lessons with different teams and how you prepped them, and maybe how you haven't, right? And so I think that when we came back, I think the way we handled it was really well, but I think more importantly, the way we prepped for the week and for that trip and coming back and being ready for the next weekend is a plan. And yes, it sounds great that we had a plan, but really the guys have to do the work. And when I say the work, it's very similar to a football team on a Monday and Tuesday of getting back in and getting their body ready, because they were 2 physical matches, but then you throw in the late night flight that we get back, and that's what I was talking about, the maturity. So when you come out and you play like we did in the first couple of sets, regardless of the numbers, the energy and the effort, that's something to be really, really proud of. And that means that they're dialed and they understand the importance of each weekend.
Can I add on that? I would say that's also because of our great communication and understanding our coach has. He knows exactly what to do with us. Even sometimes we may take less reps and we may not like it, but he knows exactly what to do so we can be fully fresh for game days.
Alan, what do you feel like has sort of improved for this team? You mentioned sort of seeing the growth over the course of the year, and we talked before the season about starting to feel like things are a little more normal in terms of your routine. So what have you seen, whether it's off the court mentality stuff or on the court skill and communication? What have you seen sort of improve over the first half of the season?
Well, I think the communication with the guys, as far as our on-court communication, is really, really good, which means they're understanding the systems, because we're not a team that stays default very long. There's ebbs and flow to the match, and we need to be pliable and flexible. And we train our guys in the gym to make those calls on the court. That's not something that's happening from the bench. There are calls from the bench, but we really funnel them through our middle blocker when he's out, or through Mason. So they're reading the game live time. So their volleyball IQ keeps growing, because they're growing as an athlete. They're growing mentally and physically, and that there's no way to get around that when you don't have a lot of time with them. So that's what I meant about it felt normal, is because we had a normal fall, and we had the time to build the program and put the pieces in place, and they're growing, and they're not close to the team they're going to be. They're not even close to the athlete and volleyball player they're going to be, and that's exciting for me.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.